Hi, I'm Christa Jacobson, head mistress of the Budo, where we teach authentic ninjutsu and classical samurai Bujutsu. And for those of you who don't know what that is, those are the ancient martial arts of the ninja and samurai. In today's video, we're going to discuss a topic, and that's my stance on whether or not someone should carry a weapon for self-defense, or whether they should utilize concealed carry. And clearly anyone who follows my channel knows that I'm very pro you should carry a weapon to aid you in self-defense. Without doubt, 100%, your taijutsu skills, your martial arts skills is going to be the first thing that you're going to go to help neutralize the attack, create distance, etc., before you can actually go to draw the weapon or go after whatever it is that you're carrying for self-protection. But we're not really getting into that today. The reason I want to make this quick video is because I really get a lot of people making really stupid statements in the comment section of my videos regarding concealed carry and regarding the idea of carrying a weapon. I'm very pro carrying a knife. That's one thing I'm very adamant about, and I've made numerous videos about that. I'm also pro firearm as well. The majority of the videos that we make are more based on edged weapons than it is firearms, but I want to make something very clear from the start with all these ignorant people posting stupid shit in my comment section. Okay, number one, I don't live in the world of, you know, kumbaya and everyone's happy and you know, there is no hatred in the world and there's no violence and that no one should have a weapon. I don't live in that world. Okay, I live in the world where I wake up and I see there's, you know, mass shootings, shooting at churches, shooting in schools, shooting at Walmart, you know, robberies constant, thieving constantly. You know, I just, so when people say, you know, you shouldn't be telling your students to carry a weapon, I just don't think it's right. I think it's inappropriate. And I don't know why you would want to try to convince someone that they should not have a weapon on them to help protect themselves against violence. Now, I will say that, you know, again, going back to what I just said earlier, I do believe that your martial arts skills and hand-to-hand combat skills, or taijutsu, or whatever words you guys want to use to denote your martial arts ability, that's what you're going to go to first. I mean, you're going to have to neutralize their attack. I mean, no one's stupid enough, if someone has a gun drawn on you and you're putting groceries in the car, no one's stupid enough, at least I don't think, you know, someone's stupid enough to, you know, try to pull a weapon at that point. You know, you're going to have to either do what they say, or you're going to have to neutralize the attack, you know, control, disarm, create distance, whatever, evade. Well, there's lots of other scenarios in there. I just can't imagine someone trying to, you know, be Billy the Kid in that moment. You know, there are people like that apparently, but it's just not the smartest thing to do. But let me tell you one reason why I'm very pro-weapon. And I want to say that every martial art teacher needs to do what they feel is best for their students. And we all live in different states and countries, and they all have different laws. And you're going to have to abide by those laws, right? I live in Kansas. I live in Kansas City, Kansas. And the state of Kansas, if you guys are in the United States, you guys can look it up. The state of Kansas is a constitutional carry state. Now, what that means is anybody that is of the age of 21 can conceal carry without a license or permit. You do not need a concealed carry license to conceal carry in the state of Kansas. You just need to be 21. That's an absolute fact. At the age of 18, you are allowed to open carry, and at the age of 21, you can conceal carry, and you do not need a concealed carry license to do so. Now, there are certain provisions with that, and I'm not going to get into the law, that's not for this video, but one of those laws is, you know, even though if you do not have a concealed carry license and you're just doing constitutional carry and you're 21 and you're going to carry a firearm, you cannot carry that firearm 1,000 feet from a school. That's like just one of the many things that goes along with it. But nonetheless, I do live in a state where everyone carries a gun. Everyone carries guns, everyone carries knives. That's just the way it is. That is the law. The law here states that if you're 21 years of age, you can conceal carry. Now, the other day I posted a video in regards to reality-based self-defense, and a specific individual was saying, you know, you shouldn't tell people to carry knives, you shouldn't tell people to carry a firearm, you know, you can do the same damage with a set of keys. Now, I don't know what martial art this individual has studied, but the Navy SEALs and our military and our police force, you know, they don't carry car keys and pepper spray to protect the nation, to protect the country, to protect the city, to serve and protect the citizens if they're police officers. They carry guns and knives. There is no way possible. This individual is trying to tell me that a set of keys is just as lethal as a knife. That's fucking ridiculous. You know, I mean, go look at the statistics of how many people die by a knife, and then look at the statistics on how many people get keyed to death. You know, that's absolutely just stupid. Now, I do understand that, yes, when you're in a self-defense situation, you need to understand improvised weapons and improvised tools, and using things like keys and dirt and gravel and all this kind of stuff can be utilized to help negate what they're doing, create distance, create disruption, distraction, helps your evasion skills, etc., etc. I teach ninjutsu, and in ninjutsu, it's a very heavily weapon-based, tool-based, strategy-based martial art. It's not punch, punch, kick, kick. Yes, in our school, in the Budo, we do training Kempo and Jujutsu and all that kind of stuff as well. But we are a ninjutsu school, and ninjutsu tends to focus more on strategy, tactics, weapons, you know, concealed weapons and so forth. So there's no way we're going to teach a traditional martial art of the ninja and samurai and not carry a damn blade. I mean, even the ninja and samurai themselves carried blades, and I carried swords. So of course, being someone who teaches iaijutsu and kenjutsu and the classical koryu arts of the ninja and samurai, I'm going to be very pro-edged weapon, right? For this individual to be as constantly stupid as he is, and he keeps posting those kind of things, is just absolutely ridiculous and absurd. Now, maybe where this individual lives, he's not allowed to carry a knife. Maybe where that individual lives, he's not allowed to carry a gun. There are many places you can't carry a gun. There are many places you can't carry a knife. There are many countries that you're not allowed to even buy a gun or have that. And I'm not making videos for someone who lives in those countries. I'm making videos based on the martial arts that I teach in the area of which I live. And I live in a state to where everyone who's over the age of 21 can conceal carry without a license, and everyone carries a knife. I live in a world where you go to Walmart and there are active shooters. At church, there could be an active shooter. I don't live in a world where there's no violence. So I don't perpetuate the idea of trying to teach my students how to protect themselves in a bullshit lie that's not reality. Now, I've always said this, and this is going to piss a lot of you guys off, because 99% of all martial arts are bullshit. Absolute fucking bullshit. There's no way they could fucking do it. You're not going to sit there and tell me you're going to do a 360 spin kick, back heel hook and bullshit. It's back at someone's fucking neck when they're trying to knife you or shoot you for the $5 you got in your wallet. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. You know, this whole, you know, I'm a fan of boxing and kickboxing and MMA, and I love watching them. They're great athletes, but there's no way possible you can sit there and tell me that if someone has a fucking gun or a knife pointed to your head, you're going to do a double leg takedown and try to get a fucking pull guard and do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and get a goddamn armbar. You're not going to live very long if you try to do a double leg takedown with someone who has a fucking gun. You know, so I don't try to perpetuate stupid bullshit to my students. I just don't. And I don't live in a world where violence doesn't exist. So this is the reason why I take the stance that I do. Now, for those of you guys who live in states that are not allowed to have guns, not allowed to have knives, and you know, and everyone gets to hold each other's hands, and there's no violence, there's no hate crimes, there's none of that kind of stuff, you know, that's awesome. That's just not where I live. So I just wanted to clear this up. So if anyone ever said some stupid shit like, oh, you shouldn't be telling your students to carry knives and guns, well, hopefully I've tackled that question, you know, because I'm not going to tell my students not to do something to help better their position or put them in a better position to be more advantageous in a lethal situation. I want to say this, and I've said this a million times. Your guys' training, your martial arts training needs to fit reality. Reality don't fit your training. Just because you believe in this world of, you know, non-violence and everyone gets to hold each other's hands and run around the fucking campfire and sing Kumbaya and there's, you know, everyone's just happy, right? You can believe that shit if you want, but that is not reality. Reality is, turn on the fucking news. Reality is there are lots of violent bastards out there that do nothing want to fucking hurt you. There are crazy people that want to hurt you. And if you're not training in a martial art that's going to protect you from violence, then you are not training in a martial art that's going to protect you from violence. It is that fucking simple. And that may piss off 99% of the people watching this video, but I don't give a shit because the truth hurts. I'm going to be damned if I have a student that trains in the Budo Rukai that is not going to be prepared to protect themselves in any violent situation. Martial arts is the ability to train yourself in an intense violent situation to neurologically respond to that without thinking. So you don't want to do 10 million different martial arts and have zero fucking skills. You want to have the skill set so clean, so refined, so efficient that no matter what, in an extreme, violent, intense situation, you can turn it on right now, protect yourself and the ones that you love. And if you're only going to do that and say, I'm not going to carry a weapon, well, then you are now lowering your percentage of being effective in that situation. I agree that hand-to-hand combat, taijutsu, empty-handed skills, jujitsu, whatever words you guys want to use, whatever martial arts you're studying, that's fine. But that is going to be the first thing you're going to go to, because you're going to have to negate the attack. I get it, but you're still going to, if there's weapons involved, or if there's an active shooter involved, or whatever the situation, if there's a knife involved, and you have a weapon that gives you an advantage to defend yourself. That's just the reality of it. And I don't understand how people don't understand that. So, you know, I think I will on this side of it, because I am pro weapons. Now, if you're just going to carry a weapon and a gun and a knife and you don't train in martial arts, you have no hand-to-hand skills and you have no training, well, that's just as fucking stupid too. Because again, the raw reality is it's going to happen so fast, so quick, and it's going to be up close and personal. You're not going to have the time to pull that weapon. So you're going to have martial arts skills. You're going to have the training to neutralize their attack, control, you know, create distance, whatever you need to do, and then go after the weapon of which you choose to handle, whether that's an edged weapon, firearm, you know, walking stick, or whatever it is that you choose to carry. So anyway, hopefully this clears up that question of why I'm so adamant about telling my students to carry weapons. I tell my students to carry weapons because I care for them, and I'm not going to fucking lie to them. And I do want them I want them to have the skills and the tools to be able to survive an intense, violent situation. That's why. So now, if this is your guys' first video of me, here's my little outro. I am Christa Jacobson, headmistress of the Budo Dukai. We do teach authentic ninjutsu and classical samurai bujutsu. If you guys are interested in classical Japanese martial arts, reality-based self-defense, survival skills, weapons-based training, please check out our website at www.budoninjutsu.com. There you can see a list of our schools, all the different areas of training, and what it is that we focus on within our school. If you do not live next to one of our schools, you can always join the Budo Dukai online Ninjutsu dojo, and you can start your training that way with us. So again, thank you very much. Thank you guys very much for watching the video, and I'll try to get another video to you soon.